That was a gut-wrenching loss for Panama. I could see it on the faces of the Panamanian fans, the players, and the head coach, Thomas Christensen. Panama played this game like it was a final. Or you could say it was a final group match and they needed to get at least 1 point to stay alive at the tournament. That's how they played. And it's sad. It's really sad to see them walk away without a point. Walk away with nothing. I think they deserve more. They really deserve more. But you know what? In life, in sport, in football, you don't always get what you deserve. Panama played well. I'm not going to lie. They played well. And Ghana, what they did there was basically a sucker punch. Ghana had their moments in the match, for sure. But guys, in this very hectic, high-octane affair from start to finish, I don't know how these players, stayed running for 90-plus minutes, including some, hydration breaks, of course. But it was the most high-intensity game of the World Cup so far. I'm like, what is going on here? End to end to end to end, but lacking the end product. Lacking a lot of quality, in my opinion. Ghana lacked the quality. Panama lacked the quality. It's just like they were just... It reminded me of when we played football back in primary school. We were just chasing the ball. We were just running up and down all over the place, kicking the ball. Had no idea what we were doing. That's basically what it reminded me of. I'm like, no way this game is going to end 0-0. No way. Almost did. Give it up to Ghana, though. They produced the best moment of quality in the game. Antoine Semenyo laying the ball off. Can't remember who it was, but let me see. I don't think anybody was credited with that assist. Let me see. Yeah. Asante. When Asante came off the bench, he did inject some life into Ghana, added some quality. Even a player like Abdul Fatawu, he added some quality off the bench as well. But Asante looked very, very bright. Came on in, early in the second half. And a very, easy finish there for Yirenkyi. 1-0 to Ghana. And you could see the way Panama scrapped at the end there. They sent up the goalkeeper, I'm like, this is the first game of the World Cup. Why are you guys sending up the goalkeeper? Because this game, on paper and realistically, was and is probably Panama's easiest game. Because they got to play Croatia and they got to play England. So after making their debut back in 2018, Panama have now lost all 4 of their World Cup matches, but they didn't deserve to lose this one today. I think a draw would have been a fair result. But credit goes to Carlos Queiroz and Ghana, the Black Stars of Ghana, for just staying in the match, fighting, defending, Ati-Zigi pulling off some big saves. He had to come off. The new goalkeeper came in. He made some smart decisions as well. And Ghana, as I said, produced a moment of quality there through Semenyo and Asante and Yirenkyi. 3 points to Ghana. I think if they didn't pick up any points or just 1 point from this match, it would have definitely affected them, because Croatia and England are not going to be easy to topple. So picking up 3 points here, maybe they could squeeze one from Croatia or even England if they have an off day. And there goes Ghana into the round of 32. For the stats in the game, guys. Ghana, 8 shots at goal, 3 on target. They only had 37% of the ball, man. They played without the ball for majority. I was looking at Panama and I'm like, whoa. Is it Panama? Am I seeing well? Is this Panama? Yo, they look good. They look good without the end product. You know? They lack the quality on the day in the final third. 11 shots, 4 on target, none in the back of the net. 63% of the ball. I don't think a lot of us would have thought that Panama would have bossed the possession like this. But they did. They did. 547 passes with an 88% pass accuracy. Pretty attractive stuff. You know, they passed the ball very well. Diagonal switches, you know, just laying it off. But it was all for nothing, man. It was all for nothing. You know, all for nothing. But it was a good display by the CONCACAF team. I think they really, really deserve more. Guys, don't you think they deserve more, man? But Ghana, big win. Left it for late. You know, sucker punched Panama. And they are second in Group L behind England. Big 3 points. For Ghana, their next match will be against England. Could Ghana get something against England? Maybe a draw? Maybe they could squeeze a draw? Maybe it's possible. It's a World Cup. Never know. For Panama, they play Croatia. That's going to be a tough game because Croatia need to bounce back. Croatia need 3 points. And they're going to back themselves to get it in the game against Panama. And if they manage to draw against Ghana, then they will probably place third in the group behind a Ghanaian team. If Ghana doesn't lose badly to England, you know. So the group is, you know, shaping up very nicely. And we had some good games of football today in Group L, not going to lie. High-octane stuff between England and Croatia, where England quality prevailed, and a scrappy end-to-end affair between Ghana and Panama. So, guys, I'm about to go catch the Colombia-Uzbekistan game. It's late, but I'm going to catch this late game because I'm off from the job tomorrow. I just want to make sure I react to every single match and strike while the iron is hot, because if I wait until tomorrow, I'm going to lose my train of thought. You know, it's not going to be good. It's not going to be good. You know what I'm saying? It's not going to be. I know I didn't touch on every single thing in the match, but I think I covered it, most things. You know what I mean? Most things covered, yeah, for the most part. If I miss anything, let me know down below. Subscribe if you're new. If you're a Panamanian fan, man, I feel it for you, man. But if you're a Ghanaian fan, big up yourself. Massive point. You guys, you know, didn't look like the team that was going to go on to snatch all 3 points, but you did. And it could be very important in Ghana's progress at the 2026 World Cup. Guys, I'm your boy Dom. Subscribe if you like the video if you haven't yet done so. And until next time, peace out. Rich Squad. I know you guys are probably saying, man, how many vehicles do you have? You're in this vehicle. This was the vehicle I used to be in all the time. And then you're in the car, and you're in the van, you know. Yeah, switching it up. But anyways, guys, see you in the next video.